Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Kusog7ande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. We are moving on to the endurance round. The players here will have 2 hours instead of 1 to try to make as much progress as they can in the game. Whoever loses this round goes to the loser's bracket, where they get another endurance round. It's double punishment for them, and honestly, what better way than making somebody redo an endurance round? I love it, and honestly, Kusog7ande started purely with 2-hour matches. We're back to our roots here, baby, and Crappy, take us on over, walk us past Frankenfurter and all of those wonderful Rocky Horror people. Yeah, that's always great. So, you know what? Who better than to show off an endurance round and to choose one than one of our dear friends and fellow GM, the wonderful Hedge Maze / Evil Cat. I don't know. Nancy? I think we have a kitty cat here. Hello there, Hedge Maze.
Hey, Brasencha.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing terrific. I'm really excited that we got this game today.
Yeah, honestly, I was taking a look at it, and I see the game box, and I don't know this game. I do not know what this is.
Yeah, I think this is very obscure, and that's perfect, because if the players somehow vetoed this, I was going to be very upset. This is a perfect game. I've been sitting on this for like 9 months, and now we finally have it.
Uh-oh.
Today's the perfect day. So,
Yeah.
So I was thinking for endurance rounds, we gotta have an interesting genre. I was thinking, what about a Japanese tactical game? We don't have a lot of those, right?
You're right. I can't, I've seen a few strategy games, like turn-based strategy, but tactical game, not super common.
Yeah, and what's another good genre that people like? Racing games are pretty fun, right? We just had a Ridge Racer theme on.
Oh yeah, it's actually still playing Ridge Racer for PSX. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so speaking of, how about a Japanese turn-based board game, racing game? It's Tactics Formula for the Sega Saturn.
Oh my gosh, Tactics Formula? How is this a thing? Well,
yeah, and so I'd like to introduce my wife, Waffle Fox Brie, is here because she is way too good at this game, and she produced like a 16-page document for the players about this, because this has to be played with best knowledge available. We are being so nice to the players. We are giving them translations.
Hello.
Hello there, Waffle Fox Brie. It's great to have you. And it's been a minute, You've played on Don't Make Us Bored before. I don't know if you've been here too much for the actual bracket here, since you were a competitor for a while, but I just love that you're able to come and share a little bit of your love of bad video games with us. Yeah,
I like to dig for the ones that are, I don't know, require a lot of testing and translating and things, and yeah, this took a while to set up.
Okay, but I love that. And
we have a very special setup for this.
Well, good. So are you a self-proclaimed expert or a Hedge Maze proclaimed expert in this? I think there's a difference here.
Well, there's only 3 YouTube videos of this at all, and they're all very short. So,
Well, I've gotten in first place a handful of times. That's something.
You've actually gotten in first place. I'm going to go ahead and say that you are the expert then. And honestly, like I said, I've never heard of this game. I'm very much not knowledgeable when it comes to Sega Saturn games, though, I gotta be honest. So that's a quote-unquote weak point for me, I suppose. But with that said, do I need to know anything before seeing this?
I don't know if it resembles any other game, really.
Yeah, I haven't seen another tactics game or any board-style game that's, well, I mean, okay, there is an actual board game out there that existed around the time.
Yeah, there's a board game called what is it called?
So-
Formula D?
Formula D.
It seems like it's based on that. Like, not licensed, but it seems like they were fans of that. But we'll talk about that later.
What's funny is that one of our roommates actually recently got a board game that is based off of racing and has been looking for another one. So there are a few turn-based board games that are about racing, and heck, the card game Millborn, that's something that exists and has existed for decades. And that's a card game about racing and popping people's tires and making them suffer. And honestly, the hardest part of that game is actually just getting your car started. Oh my gosh, it is so frustrating to play that game. I'm not even kidding you, okay? So much anger from when I was young. But yeah, I do love Millborn. I think that it's fun, and it's so great how you can just sabotage everybody else by, like, completely destroying your car until suddenly, bam, they manage to get tires that can't be punctured anymore, and then you're like, well, great, all these flat tire cards that I have now, they're useless. They're useless to me. Blomby board game. Ooh, Blomby car. We need a Blomby car game. I agree. Well, I currently see that on the left, Okami has Crappy there. I'm ready.
Oh, right. Okay,
So
I'll tell the
where
players
should they go?
They should show us the intro.
Oh yeah, show us the intro. Show us what to expect from the game from the very accurate intro here.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and let them show the intro, and then they can make their car. Do you want them to, like, name the car and such before we get started? Because I'm fine with that. We're gonna be here for 2 hours.
They don't have to name anything. We've set up a save state.
Oh, what? That's awesome.
Yeah, you'll see. This is a special save state. Yeah, let's look at this intro. It's very good. This is giving us a good idea of what to expect from the game.
Okay. AKI Corporation. Okay, where's the intro? Okami.
Oh, did not.
Did Okami show it?
Maybe it has to idle a little.
It might have to.
Oh, maybe. Uh-oh.
Okami's asking, how do I intro? Yeah, maybe get past the RAM prompt. Okay.
Oh yeah, AKI, best known for their wrestling.
Oh, yeah. I guess we could talk about that later. But yeah, they did the Def Jam games, they did wrestling games, they did the Style Savvy games, and they did this.
Ah, yeah. Well, we are going to have a poll, and it is currently up in Twitch for who you believe is going to take the victory here. Feel free to go ahead and put your predictions in. Use those points because while I will I'm going to be working on Twitch bots that deal with channel points this week. But
okay, here's the intro.
Go ahead and use them. Ooh. I don't like the music. This is weird.
It's good music. You'll see when we get into the game.
It's very sticky. Yeah. Okay. I hate it. I gotta be honest. I love the non-good year signs, the ones that say good luck.
I bet they'll need it.
They'll need it.
Okay. Also, other people are saying that instead of Marlboro, you got Montangle. Okay, that was pretty good. So go ahead and give them instructions for what they need to do before we start. And then when they are there, I'll ask if they're ready, and I will go ahead and do the countdown. Everybody, I need you all to get all of your best racing or tactics related emotes. Is there anything else that's relevant here?
Anything involving an accident.
Yeah, anything involving accident.
Explosions. Yeah,
Yeah,
explosions. Those are good.
But yeah, anything involving cars, racing, going fast, not going fast.
Okay, Australian GP.
Now we're starting off with Australia.
Yeah, so we're gonna let them pick their car stats, and then we will.
Yeah, we'll let them pick the weather.
Yeah, we let them pick the weather. You probably just want to pick sunny and 0% chance of rain, but I don't know. What if the players want to get spicy? That's up to them.
Yeah, there's some choices we made here to reduce RNG and yeah, just try to keep as much fairness. Because if one person has like most of their courses with rain and the other doesn't, that's not good.
Okay,
we can criticize our players' choices.
Okay, what is Okami doing with that speed and acceleration?
that's fine.
Isn't that the lowest speed?
No, it could go lower than that, but we'll see.
We'll see.
The first race is probably just gonna get a feel for. I'm getting a feel for things.
We did give them a document that explained what these do roughly.
Okay.
Beacons is looking at the map. We didn't explain the map, but you can figure it out. It's a map.
I mean, this is a tactics game, so not necessarily the worst decision there. But yeah,
Meekins, are you gonna put points into anything? Oh.
Okay, Beacons is... Okay. Just wanted to make sure they knew how to do that.
Okay, so we're still getting the points decided for the players.
Yeah,
So
we'll start the timer when they're both ready.
They'll get this opportunity before every race, but yeah, they'll have to tinker with this between each race on their own. Yeah, during the time, but yeah.
And yeah, anyone in chat, every time somebody's mentioning Formula D, yeah, this seems like it is Formula D as a video game, but it's not licensed or anything, and I think they're just fans of it. And I don't think it's as playable as Formula D. We'll see. Oh, what counts as progress? Okay, good. Ray, do you want to explain this?
Okay, so the winner of this... Oh yeah, the way we'll be scoring this, the winner of this match is whoever receives the most in-game points by placing in the top 6 of each course's final race. So each race will have like a qualifier and then a final race. So total points will be shown on the results screen. So getting in first place gives 10 points, second 6, third 4 points, fourth 3 points, fifth 2 points, and sixth 1 point. If neither player receives any in-game points by the end of 2 hours,
very possible.
Yeah, neither gets 6th place or better, their score will be determined by made-up Kuso points. This now you place from 7th to 18th in each course's final race. The 7th to 8th will give them 10 Kuso points. 9 to 10th will give them 6. 11 to 12th will give them 4, 13 to 14th will give them 3, 15 to 16th will give them 2, and 17th to 18th will give them 1. If neither player receives any in-game points or Kuso points by the end of 2 hours, the winner will be whoever finished closest to 18th place in any given final race. The tiebreaker is needed. The winner will be whoever reached the score first.
Oh my gosh. Both of the players are ready. Everybody, you need to spam all of your racing emotes, all of your tactical emotes, and all of your car explosion emotes, because we are doing the countdown. Oh my gosh. Okay, best of luck to the players. It's happening right now. Spam, spam, spam. Spam. I think, yes, please. Okay, Meekin said, I will try not to complain much, and Okami promised complaining, so perfect.
Oh.
As soon as I see movement in the race, I will start our timer.
Movement. You say that.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, here we are.
Whatever.
Okay, you can call that movement.
That's enough.
Yeah, now we get the good music. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Akami's moving forward. Okay, you've got... Oh, be careful, you got a turn coming. Oh, you got spin percentage for... You got a warning for spin percentage. Grip. Okay, grip 1%, spin 26.
Uh-oh.
Got a 100% chance of spinning out.
Oh,
Okay,
don't
where
do
do you
that.
want to end your turn?
Okami. Okay.
Okay, safe.
I do not know what's happening.
We're playing a board game.
So each turn, they get a certain number of moves based on their acceleration and top speed, or braking. This is the qualifier. Depending on their time compared to all the other racers, will determine their starting place in the actual race. Wish we could have skipped that, but for fairness, if we turn qualifiers off, it starts you off in a random position in the race, which isn't ideal.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I am shocked. I gotta be honest. What the crap is this
Wow,
game?
Kami's getting very good luck. Even went for that 20% spin out risk.
Wait,
Yeah,
there's probability for spinning out in... Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, no, 29%. Oh, what? Kami, how... Okay, wow, you're
Yeah,
really
risks
getting good odds.
can pay off, but sometimes they don't.
Hit 26%. What?
Okay.
Okami, be careful you end here. Okay, Okami's gonna crash. Okami went to 270 kilometers an hour and has to do a sharp turn where the limit is 90 kilometers an hour. You can't slow down on this next Wait, what?
What?
Okay, you gotta... It's Okami beating the spin percentage. I am very surprised.
Accident on Meekan's side.
Meekan's has our first accident. Okay, there we go.
Replay.
Ryu-
Yay.
Ryu's keeping a tally of accidents on a piece of paper in front of her.
Okay, cool. Is that
It won't
important
matter,
for
but
judging?
it's for fun.
I like that. Okay. Yeah,
Although-
everybody, we have 2 hours of this, so buckle in.
Okay, Okami had a very specific loadout with high braking, so this might be what's helping.
Ooh, yeah, you may be right. I have no idea how you control any of this, by the way.
So, yeah, you got the Saturn controller with the 6 buttons. So,
Okay.
let's see. X, Y, and Z. Like, X is to turn left, Y is to go straight, and Z is to turn right. And B is to cancel what you want to do for your move.
Oh
okay,
my gosh.
Okami is powerful.
I don't...
Okay, now let's see how he does in a real race.
Okay.
That was the qualifier.
Okay,
Now
that was a qualifier.
I'm going to go ahead and say Okami is kind of infamous for one match that he played in. Specifically, there was a match where it was a racing game, and Okami discovered if you just backed up and went over the finish line over and over again, it counted. And because of that, it had to be thrown into the tube and bin. We'll see if Okami manages to game the system here.
So Akami, I guess because the qualifiers are 1 lap, the races will be 2 laps. Akami won't be able to get as good tires for this 2-lap race unless Akami went for the Slick D tires, which would grip better but only last 1 lap.
Yeah, chat. Go ahead. Sorry.
And I left notes for what tires or how long they last and stuff in the document as well, yeah.
Cool. By the way,
this-
chat is noting that that game that I was talking about was Mag Racer, and that
was a classic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that match. It definitely got tube and bin, but it was so good.
You know, should we share who the other racers are, Percentia? I don't think I showed you them.
I don't think you did. Oh my gosh, Okami going so slow.
I'm gonna post a link in the GM chat.
Yes. Oh, this music is so good. Okay. It's a little off tune though. It's almost good. Ugh. Okay. Never mind. I don't like it as much. Okay, so No. I'm looking at the racers that we have. Okay. So purple, we've got Kuso Cop. The red is Foxy Nuts.
These are the team names.
Yeah, these are the names.
Yeah.
Team Kuso Cop is Crappy and RoboCop, and that's going to be what the players are playing as, right?
Yeah, we're Crappy. Our teammate is RoboCop.
Okay, for Team Foxy Nuts, we have Titus Fox and Scunny, who are paired together. That is the bright red. So that's great. We have Zethina, which is Xena and Athena together. They're level E. They're not as concerning. After that, it's Cool Bong. First driver is Kid Cool. Second driver is Bongo. Oh my gosh, you put a lot of work into this. This is perfect.
Oh yeah, we put a lot into this.
Okay, up next, Team Tin Man, sort of in a blue-silver car. We have Tintin as the first driver, and second driver is Quick Man. Oh my gosh. Okay, Team E.T. at Home in sort of the urine yellow car. The first driver is E.T. and the second driver is Homie. One of my favorite teams there, E.T. and Homie, just trying to do their best. Team number 6 in kind of a blue, yellow, silver car is Team Good Dog. We have first driver being the Good Lady and second driver Green Dog. Team number 8, Snalf. Or maybe not team number, never mind, whatever. After that, Team Snalf in the blue/red/yellow car. First driver is Snalf and second driver is Alf. Very nice. In the sort of green car, but I'm colorblind, so that kind of looks yellow to me, we have Shreknov. First driver being Shrek and second driver Karnov. Finally, oh my gosh. I can't say this here. I can't say this with a straight face. In another sort of yellow silver car, we have Team Peggy 13. First driver being Peggy and second driver Gogol 13. And finally, in the very wide silver with some red accents on it, we have Snubsy. First driver, of course, Snoopy, and second driver Bubsy. And there's an accident on the course. Oh no! Oh,
accident.
That is unfortunate for Okami. What?
Oh yeah, so
the crap
those numbers.
is this?
So those numbers correspond to the bottom of the gameplay screen for them, with the placement from left to right, the first to 22nd right place.
Okay.
So we can see Okami's in third, 10 and 17 are ahead, so that's Quickman and Shrek.
Indeed, Quickman and Shrek. Well, I mean, Shrek did have his own racing game, so that makes sense. Both of those racers are level A racers, so it makes sense that they would possibly be beating Okami at this point. Mikan's currently in last, trying to find some way to make some progress in here.
Yeah, I think Bray gave level A to the ones who have their own racing game or seem like they should be fast.
I love that. Yeah, the A racers are Crappy, obviously.
Yeah, we're throwing the players a bone with that one.
Crappy, Quickman, Shrek, and Bubsy are the fastest drivers here. We do have a couple level B racers, though. Scunny, considering that he does have Scunny Kart, and also, I don't know. I think that, like, level B is about right because of how crappy Scunny Kart is, yeah. Level C drivers are RoboCop, Xena, Bongo. I could see Bongo being a decent driver. Careful, but decent. Tintin, he drives a car in Prisoners of the Sun. Or, no, I think it's the captain who drives. He's in a car, so that makes sense. Homie D Clown, the good lady, she's a decent driver. Snalf, Karnov, Golgo 13, and Snoopy. A lot of level C. Level D drivers, honestly, it kind of makes sense that Titus Fox is level D. Not a great driver here. Kind of uncontrollable, I gotta be honest. We've also got... Now, that's the only level D. And finally, level E, Athena. She was a Greek goddess. they don't have cars in Greece. Or didn't have cars in Greece. They probably do now. Kid Cool? Yeah. Kid Cool, you go slow and then you go fast. Absolutely uncontrollable. Makes sense that Kid Cool could not drive. E.T. is a level E driver because of the letter E, probably. But also, Alien, like, he can't even go home without help. Come on, E.T. Get better. Green Dog, I mean, oh no, there's an accident! No! Accident on the course! Yeah, Green Dog, if y'all remember trying to skateboard as Green Dog, that puts him as a level E driver. Alf is an abomination and has to ride like a hover cart thingy in order to get to a spaceship, and everything just knocks him off. Yeah, he's pretty terrible at machines. And finally, Peggy. I feel like Peggy might qualify for a higher level than E. Like, she can go fast, but she's not really good at turning. That's her biggest flaw. Peggy 13. What a fantastic name. It's so good.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. But yeah, because of that, whenever the drivers Crappy, Quickman, and Shrek and Bubsy, okay, those four are the ones who are going to be the most terrifying for the players. And honestly, it's going to be a bit difficult to pass them. But that said, the players don't need to come in first in every single race in order to take the victory today. What they need to do is learn how to control and hopefully actually succeed in some of these races. Oh, this is beautiful.
A fun thing about if you are in the front of the pack, what's fun about that is now you have to worry about the people in the back of the pack if you lap them.
I guess Chad is asking, aren't they playing as Crappy? And they are, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
Is Okami going to come in second in this race?
Maybe, but Okami's approaching this corner at 300 kilometers an hour, and it's not allowing him to end the turn because it's going too fast. Oh, accident.
Understandable.
And we set it up so that crashes are off, because otherwise that could just end the race immediately.
Yeah, because we didn't want, so this is, okay, there's different modes you could use. We used this custom mode so that we could have things more standardized here and not have as much down to like RNG.
Yeah, like once I was playing with crashes on, and half of the CPU racers eliminated themselves because they all crashed and blew up or something. And yeah, we don't need someone getting like better placement because of that. Or just skipping races outright.
Yeah, so we gave them basically every race in the game, or at least as many as it would let us give them, and they're not allowed to skip any, they're not allowed to retire early or anything. They have to just play through each one and see how far they can get, and how well they can do in each one.
Yeah. I need to share, like, I'm sharing this information with the guy who lives with us. Justin and I were married, we live here, and we have somebody else living with us who loves board games and has been trying to find this racing board game. And I was like, we've got this tactical racing game for the PlayStation on right now, and let me go ahead and share this with for the Sega Saturn. I didn't say it was PlayStation. Good. I didn't lie.
Okami got in second.
What? Okami taking second place.
That's very impressive.
Okay.
Well, or in first, but got second place.
In first, but got second? How does that work?
Oh, and I see Meekins is still having problem figuring out the concept or certain stuff and movement in here. Yeah, depending on your starting area in the race, it can be a problem because it can get gridlocked, or you have to figure out all of the collisions and stuff. Yeah, how this kind of works is that you have an analysis mode that I'm not sure if I've seen either of them use yet, but it shows where so everyone does their turn in order of placement in the current race. So the people in front of you it'll show what they're doing for their turn, and then the people behind you, it's not showing what they're doing because their turn's taking place after you. And then the game just calculates or simulates everyone's turns and see who succeeds or who has accident or whatever.
Yeah, so Okami right now is trying to decide what points would be the best for this. Honestly, whenever you have long stretches, I usually think that, like, fast acceleration isn't quite as important for something like that, but having a higher max speed is helpful. That way, you can actually get a super good speed during those long stretches, and then you definitely want to be able to slow down quickly for the turn. So acceleration, not super important. Fast speed, yes. Braking, yes. In my opinion, that would be my guess here.
So, bro, in the GM chat, I linked the picture of the Monaco track on Formula D, which is the board game that this feels like it was based on. You can see how the board game version is more playable than this. It's the tracks are wider. First of all.
Let me go ahead and I'll share this with everybody so that we can hopefully see this beautiful picture. As soon as I get it open. So this is based off of a board game?
It's not licensed or anything, but it like really feels like they were fans of the board game and decided to make a game.
Gotcha.
Because it has similar mechanics. It's not the same, but it has very similar mechanics.
Yeah, it's possible that this is based off of a real racetrack as well.
Yes.
Yeah, all of the tracks are,
So, yeah, that would make sense. There we go. There's the board game-esque version of that.
But yeah, if you can see a close-up of that, it's got wider paths and it doesn't have the zigzagging motion. Oh, by the way, we should talk about the zigzagging. In real Formula Racing, you can't do that. But in this game, you really need to zigzag to, you can do zigzags either to, like, build up speed or to slow down. And you can't do that in real life. That's not allowed. But you gotta do it in this game.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, this is fascinating. Like, I've never heard of anything like this, video game wise. I guess I'm not too shocked that it's been tried. I mean,
Yeah, like there's a lot of board games that are similar to this, but like I have never seen anything like this. So I found this because we were looking through one of those videos that shows like every Saturn game or something, and I saw a screen, it just showed a shot of. By the way, do you like the Monaco water? It's very beautiful.
the water.
Anyway, it was just a screenshot of
yeah.
this zigzag path thing, and it's like, what is that game? I have to look that up.
Yeah, I still love the names that you gave to all of the players and all of the different vehicles. So, question: how long do you think it'll take all of the players to get through all of the races here?
They won't.
They won't.
Yeah, I just put in like every course in the game pretty much in here, except for the secret course. But like that's 16 courses for this one, but they won't get to the end. I estimate they'll probably get to like 2, maybe 6 of them.
Okay, but they have to get the most in-game points by placing in the top 6 of each course's final race. And when is the final race for each course?
Oh, I missed that. What?
It was 15th.
Oh, Meekin's got 15th. Okay.
Okay, so that is worth some points, right?
That's worth Kuso points.
Oh, made up Kuso points. Those don't actually.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They only count if we need them to count.
So, unfortunately, Okami already got second and figured out how the game works for the most part. So, we've got actual in-game points.
Yeah, we probably won't need the Kuso points, but
Well, that's cool. Yeah, Okami currently has
Just,
6 points. Meekins has 2 made-up fake points.
Yeah.
That's horrifying. That we've got 2 hours of this, folks. Hope you're excited. Yeah, the thing is, like, That's making me think as well that, like, if somebody is a little less good than the other player, but still manages to rank in the top 6 and does more of these races, then they could potentially move into the lead just due to doing more races. But oh my gosh.
Yeah, if you have consistency.
Yeah, we didn't want to we didn't want to have a situation where we were like, okay, you're only doing this number of courses. If you manage to complete more courses than the other person and do well enough that it's worth points, that's good for you. Like that's fine.
How many
so you just
courses
gotta-
are even in this game?
I think
Oh, this is the jam.
Oh, this is good.
I think we have once the secret course unlocks, so I think there's 17 now, but I think there's a second secret course, so I think there's 18 in the game in all.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful.
Yeah, like I
Oh
played
no!
a lot of this
Accident!
and figured it out like through trial and error.
We had another accident on Okami's screen. That's, I mean, still, getting in an accident and only being in 4th place, that's not too bad.
Actually, it looks like Okami was didn't lose a turn, so it was probably Okami just getting hit from behind by RoboCop.
Oh yeah, half the time accident isn't your fault.
Yeah, you could just do everything right, but another player could have just hit you or had an accident and you were part of the chain reaction. The only way you could tell is maybe by going into analysis mode, either see what happened or try to predict things ahead of time.
Yeah.
I haven't seen either player use it.
I just love that it's a tactical game that then plays out, like, all of the moves simultaneously. So, like, it seems like you kind of need to predict what the other players are going to be doing, right?
Yeah, but for the most part, you can get away with just waiting until the game gives you a warning, because it will give warnings at the bottom for if a collision is likely, or if you have a spin-out chance, or whatever caused Okami to crash there and failed the percentage.
Oh no.
Yeah, we gave them translations to what all of these warning messages mean, so they can.
I already
act
lost
accordingly.
track of how many accidents each player's gotten.
I mean, we're going to be here for 2 hours. It's going to be a lot of accidents.
Yeah, you know what? If you accidentally miss one, I'll forgive you. Thank you, chat, for asking what year this was released. It appears this was from 1997, as you said, and thank you, Head Maze. It's kind of shocking to me, like, 97 putting something like this out? That's really kind of ambitious.
I think it was the developer's second game. Like this, as we said, like these people did like mostly like wrestling games, and like they did the Def Jam games, and this was their second game. I don't really know why, but I guess they just thought this was a fun thing to do. And I'm glad they did. But yeah, it's unlike any other game they've made.
Okami did note that he believes that he lost a roll in a 0% chance of losing the roll. Let's talk about that. Is that possible?
Maybe it's tactics formula.
Yeah, so adjust your expectations. If there is a possibility of actually losing a roll, even if it's a 0% possibility, maybe that means 0.1%. Yeah, and it seems like Okami is just really trying to catch up to the other 3 players who are ahead. Like, you can see Okami's car is basically all alone. Was that a final place for Meekins? Meekins didn't... That looked like Meekins was behind everybody else there.
Oh, that was the qualifiers.
Oh,
so,
the qualifiers? Okay.
Meekins might just be starting in last.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as long as you qualify, then that's fine, right?
Yeah, you pretty much always qualify, you just didn't be starting last.
Beautiful. absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there is the possibility that somebody just, like, one of the other players was just rude and bumped into Okami because, you know what, you're not the only driver on this racing game. There's so many other drivers. What if they just ram you? Huh? Nothing, it's like Mario Kart. You're gonna get the blue shell. Yeah, chat noting there is no did not qualify, so that could be helpful. I feel like you're at a severe disadvantage, though, if you are towards the last spot in qualifying. Like, how do you even get past everybody else?
Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error. Like, you gotta just take one step at a time and then go to the next turn and then see which next 3 you can pass and so on. And everyone's weaving in and out, so it's a bit of trouble to get through there.
Yeah, I'd assume that as soon as people start, like, getting scattered some, it'll be a bit easier to deal with them.
Yeah, it does get a bit easier as there's more space to maneuver. Oh, no.
No! I think someone just rammed into Meekins.
If Meekins doesn't lose the turn, then that's what happened. Okay, Meekins is able to move, so that was probably what happened.
That's interesting that it still lets you keep going if it's not your fault. Does it still slow you down, though?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Meekins, I feel, is starting to figure this out a little bit better, passing a few of the cars here. And honestly, like, Okami's just really good at a wide variety of games. So perhaps this is something that is going to click in Okami's mind more than expected. But yeah, this is a genre that I never would have expected to be in Kusog7ande and honestly didn't even know existed.
Yeah, I really like games that are, like, probably the only one in their genre. Like, that's ideal to me. But anyway, I feel a little bad. Meekins, when I introduced this game, Meekins said something like, "Oh, good, I'm not good at racing games or tactical games."
Oh, so, no.
Here we are, though.
Well, accident for both of them. It looked like the accident sign went from one screen to the other. Beautiful. That's what I like to see.
I don't know if there's any RNG manipulation in this game, but I'm kind of wondering if Okami has figured something out here.
That's also why we didn't, like, require them to pick a certain weather or anything, because if players can figure out a different strat that works for them that isn't something that we figured out, then good for them.
Like, yeah, if they figure out that bad weather somehow messes with the CPUs and works for their RNG, then good for you.
Yeah. Honestly, computers could just be really bad at slippery roads and all of them pile up. And if you are able to, like, if you experiment and find that computers suck at a specific setup and then exploit that for the rest of the match, you could move from very far behind to very far ahead.
Someone in chat has been asking how's ahead. So Okami is ahead because he placed higher in the first match. He's in the second race now, but you can also tell if you look at the bottom of the screen where Crappy is the red number 1. So you can see where the player is along all the other ones.
Yeah, the farther to the left, the better.
Yeah. So
Yes.
Okami is in 4th behind Scunny, who's in 3rd. And Shrek is in 2nd with Quickman in 1st. Uh-oh, Quickman
Oh
got
my
up
gosh. Quickman, no! Why are you always doing this? Oh my gosh. Quickman? I'm very upset about that, but yeah. Actually, I'll go ahead and link the image if people want this image. Feel free. This is the list of racers. Okay, that way you can go ahead and reference it yourself a little bit easier.
Yeah, root for your favorites, everyone. players are playing as Crappy.
That is correct. Crappy / Are they able to drive as RoboCop?
No, he's just here.
Yeah, so they are shown as teams, but that's how the only way we're able to get 22 racers in this. So in this mode, every player is competing against each other. So correct, like you're still racing against RoboCop as well.
Oh,
yeah, like
yeah.
Yeah, like there are points for constructors' points for teams, but we don't care about that for this match.
Gotcha. Is that the end? It looks like Okami has finished the race. Let's go ahead and see the replay here.
Yeah,
isn't this just how you thought it was going? Yeah, look at this replay.
okay, skipped it.
Oh, okay.
All right, so 4th place. Pretty good.
So fun story. I accidentally set Crappy in Discord to be an hour instead of 2 hours, so they're getting notifications that they've got 30 minutes left.
Oh
I see Mikan and Okami are talking about texting while driving. Why is Crappy texting while driving?
I mean, they're the ones sending messages here. Yeah, Crappy's driving and then telling them 30 minutes left. It's not true. Crappy's a liar.
Okay, we got Germany next for Okami.
Yeah, this is the third race.
Ooh, I like that we're apparently just going to the great racing course of Germany.
Oh, you know my favorite race? We should read out which courses are in here. We've got where's the list of those?
Yeah, there was a list of every country in this.
Yeah, I gotta read all the countries. Where'd that
Oh yeah,
go?
you're no.
Okay, here's all the countries, the courses that we put in here. We got Australia,
Okay.
Monaco, Germany, Japan, Brazil, Spain, Hungary,
If it says
Argentina.
Africa, I'm gonna freak out.
Argentina, Canada, Belgium, Europe, France, Italy, San Marino, Great Britain, and Portugal.
Oh
That's
my
my
gosh.
favorite country, Europe.
Europe. It's a good one. Yeah.
It's my favorite. I don't know where it is. It's Europe.
Somewhere in Europe.
But yeah, like, what's funny is that this game doesn't even have a Moby Games page for it, as far as I can tell. Like, they have a bunch of the wrestling games you were talking about, like WWF No Mercy, or some of the Kinnikuman games, aka Muscle, but the later Muscle games. SimCity DS, that sounds great.
Oh yeah, Tempestralast is the Nürburgring in this. Unfortunately not. I wish it was, so it would have been a fun long course.
Yeah,
for
famous
this.
German chorus is not in here. This is, I don't know, it's something else.
Also, why does it show a flashing line when you're sometimes, like, deciding on your movement?
That's during a corner that'll be like a racing line for just doing an ideal like straight across to take a shorter distance across a turn.
Gotcha. But
And only so you decide whether you want to do that or take the other turns instead.
yes,
It's not necessarily always the best, but usually it is.
Tempestal's asking where Meekins is. Meekins is in Monaco. That's race 2.
yes. Whereas Okami is currently in Germany. Okami is winning both point-wise as well as is on the third qualifying race. Each of the qualifiers is essentially sort of a tutorial. This is what the map looks like. Good luck. And then you actually get to race on it. And these racing, like, oh my gosh, Meekins is actually making a lot of progress here. Look at this.
Yeah, like this is definitely a game that has like a learning curve. You can figure this out better the more you go.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to take some work for Meekins to start catching up to Okami, but they could potentially do it. I mean, again, this is a genre that nobody is expected to know going into Kusog7ande. Oh no, Okami, that's an accident.
Oh
Whatever.
Accident.
It's in the qualifiers.
Yeah, the reason this is an endurance match is we weren't sure if this, like, other than the races potentially only being able to do 3 an hour, this might be hard for some people to get their head around. Like, when I picked this up with no, like, document or translations or anything, it probably took me an hour before getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like also we wanted to make sure that, like, again, we gave them special settings to reduce the RNG in this, but we still think that it was better over 2 hours to shake out RNG differences rather than like an hour. We did our best with this. We spent a long time working on this.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was reading through all of the instructions, and it would take me probably all day to do that, because it is 15 pages long, and I'm very distracted because I like watching this game. This is a lot of fun.
I started setup half an hour early so they could read. I told them that their GM, you know, since I'm an admin, I can introduce GM. So I was like, I told them that if they could be here early, their GM has a game that might have extra setup time. It's not setup time, it's a Sega Saturn game. It's just time to read. Oh yeah, what does the Europe map look like again? I don't have a screenshot of it.
Yeah, and there isn't, like, too much to understand here, like, just there's mostly, like, translations or what some of the messages at the bottom of the screen are.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's playable.
The main gist of it is if something is at the bottom of the screen, it's really just a warning that something bad could happen, and what percentage of bad happening could happen.
Yeah, like this is playable without instructions, really. Like, we didn't have instructions. We just had to translate it later for them. We're being very nice.
Yeah, so I'm taking a look, and I think that the game that my friend wanted to try to locate and play is called Heat, Pedal to the Metal. And that looks kind of interesting. Let's see if I can find more information about it, because it basically is also a tactical multiplayer game. Ooh, Lupine1 in chat is saying that that's a great game. And as far as I can tell, it came out last year. So people are basically right now putting out board games that are very similar to this, but this came out in '97 in Japan only. That's like, oh, that was a while ago. 25 years ago?
Yeah, Formula D came out in like 1991. So when I was looking through Board Game Geek to figure out which game I thought it was based on, because there's a lot of racing board games, but this one seems like the most notable one.
Yeah.
Formula D involves 6 dice, though, for each gear that you're driving in.
Oh, really? Okay.
It sounds pretty interesting, but yeah, it's a bit different than this.
Yeah, I mean, other people in chat are saying that it's pretty slick, the Agent Zero specifically. Let's see, the one game that my friend, that our roomie did pick up, and we will probably try playing it fairly soon, is called Flamme Rouge. It's a bicycling game that came out in 2016.
All right.
And I think that it's somewhat similar to the, like, just based off of looking at the board and such. It's got 3 lanes, looks very similar to the other racing games that I've seen out there. So yeah, I'll give that a shot and I'll see how it is.
Right, yeah, I mean, these kind of games sound fun if you've got enough people to play them with.
Oh, and apparently it was designed by the same person, or the same designers, so that would make sense if Flamme Rouge, which is the game that we have, is... If it's a good game, then I'm definitely going to try out Heat. Oh my gosh, I don't like this music so much. Accident! No!
Accident!
Okami, no!
Accident!
I'm always...
Okami, why would you accident?
No, here's a back. The shade reaction there.
I love it.
Okami hits, who was this? Green Dog. Who hit someone else.
Green Dog, get out of the way! Get out of the way, Green Dog!
was curious to see how Akami's doing in this race, because this is the first time Akami started in last and has to work his way up.
Oh, I should find the screenshots of the end screens. So they're not going to get to any kind of end screen because they're on this custom mode with a million rice tracks. But if you're playing the, like, what's the other mode
I
called?
don't know, there's like some single player, like, campaign or mode or something.
Yeah, I'll find some.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I got some screenshots. Give me a moment.
Okay, Okami is actually fairly far back. This is the first time that Okami's had to deal with working his way from the back of the pack towards the front. So we'll have to see if Okami is able to make progress.
Oh, and
Meekins
is in
doing
6th.
well. Meekins might actually get onto the leaderboard and get some points. You need to get the points eventually. There is room in the beginning to learn, but you need to start doing better. And honestly, some of the racers here are not going to be very good. I mean, come on. Athena? No, she's going to suck.
So, bro, I linked a couple of the end screens in the GM chat if you want to look at those. I think the first one is if you didn't even get close, and the second one is if you got close but didn't win.
Okay, so screen number 1. Let me go ahead and share this. Show it in the chat. Okay. Sorry, you could not make a good record at this time, so play with a little more strategical. Spare no efforts to get a world championship. Try again, aiming the honor platform.
Yep.
Okay, let me get the other one. That was good. That was very, very, very good. A little bit broken, but that's okay. Okay. Here we go. So here we are with the other one. 'Twas so shame. Just a little more, you know. But with your potentiality, you're gonna be a world championship soon. Try once again from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the honor platform. I want the honor platform. Can someone get me an honor platform, please?
I love these messages. Also, this game is only in Japanese, so like I don't know why these are in English, but it's good.
Well, I think towards about this time, heck, even in the NES era, there were a lot of games that had a decent amount of English, even if they never came out in the US. Japan has been somewhat inclusive of combining English and Japanese in their games. So I'd say it's not unusual, but holy cow, that is pretty silly. I love broken English when it comes to things that are actually in video games. It's so good. Try again, aiming the honor platform. Y'all, can y'all aim for the honor platform? Yeah, Wolf, I think, is probably pretty correct. It's not necessarily for accessibility, but at the same time, like, a lot of people in Japan know a decent amount of English, even if they're not able to speak it fluently. They can probably read a reasonable amount, but also English was pretty cool. Heck, it's still pretty cool, you know? Yeah, that's right, we got the cool language, yeah. Put on your sunglasses, go to the beach. That's English. Not like Russian. Nah, I like Russian. Russian is so cool. Actually, most languages are so cool. I want to learn more languages. I want to aim for the honor platform. Cool. Yeah. I just wish that, like, I had time to learn all of the languages. Like, that's totally a thing. No, that's not something that I can do. I can't learn everything. limited amount of time. And here I am watching a tactical racing game in front of everybody else. Oh my gosh, did Meekins get a score position 22? Number 1? That's not great. Oh,
that was the starting grid. Okay.
Okay, that's the starting grid. Wait, so was that not the final race there?
That wasn't the final.
No, that was the... Meekin is doing question marks in the... what happens here?
I don't know. Maybe Meekin's like blew up.
I mean, this is the match they should be on. But I'm not sure what they're asking about. Okay, game's just
Oh, okay, so it's just normal game stuff. All right. Probably just surprised at being in 22nd on the qualifying times.
Oh, yeah,
that...
I find it's very easy actually to get in last, even if you do everything correctly in the qualifier.
Yeah, like I know how to play this, like not as well as her, but like I know how to play this and everything, and even playing with like what should be good stats and everything, and trying to play it safe. No, playing it safe means you're going to get in 22nd.
Yeah, you have to take risks in this.
That's great that in the qualifiers they're like, you can't just drive like your grandma. No, you got to drive like a racer. You don't do that, you're not gonna get anywhere out of 22nd. You're in dead last when you go to the actual race. Too bad, Grandma. Then again, based on how my grandmothers drive, I wouldn't let them, like, even in the race to begin with.
Yeah, I see Glassy Press in chat asking, how is time calculated? I don't know.
Yeah, like if there's a map screen during vehicle setup where it'll show like how long it takes about for a lap, and that's like feels like a fake time. It's like, what do you mean a lap is like a minute and 2 seconds? Where we're playing this turn-based thing where it's gonna take us like forever to actually do a lap.
Tempostil's asking how this works. They're taking turns in a board game.
Yeah,
does that help explain
this is. Yeah, if you can imagine this like a board game that's been put onto the onto the Sega Saturn, okay, then that's probably the easiest way. However, you're taking turns essentially deciding moves, and then it will play all of those moves simultaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if two of you decide to move into the same place at the same time, guess what? There's trouble.
He says it looks like they keep going back to the same spaces. So if you mean that they're like backing up, it's because they're selecting. So you can see in the purple like user interface, it shows 22 like Okami's got going 270 kilometers per hour, and he's trying to go to 60, and that's like a.
Oh yeah, I got a turn coming up, but yeah, the speed on the right is the speed that you will be if you end your turn on that spot. So you're just deciding where you want to. What turns and movements you want to make where your turn ends for that particular section of the race.
Yeah, like you have your certain number of turns that you're able to go depending on your speed, and you can't be switching your speed so rapidly that you're going to crash. Yeah. So, like if you're going 300 kilometers per hour into a turn, you're going to crash. So you have to be balancing your speed with your number of turns.
Yeah, I'd say that combined with that, there's also the fact that like you have to be aware of the other cars and try to make movements that are not going to get you into an accident. However, at least the game has the decency that if you are the person who caused the crash, you lose a turn. But anybody else, if they bump into you, you do suffer consequences, but do not lose your next turn. Thus, you know, it makes it a little less realistic because, honestly, if both of you crash, neither of you are going to be moving for the rest of the race. That's just how real racing happens. But in this, in order to keep it moving like an actual game, It just gives a little, some consequences for the accidents here. So don't cause an accident or you're really going to move towards last place.
And yeah, people are asking what the yellow bar on the bottom is. It's the order of the racers as it stands right now. We're always going to be 0-1 in red, and you can see how far back we are from the front.
Yep. Okami is currently in 14th place, which is not high enough to qualify for any points if Okami finished this race right now. But that is an accident. We've had a few of these.
Oh, Okami loses another turn from the accident.
20th place in the race. That is not great, but that's fine.
Green Dog passed Okami again.
Green Dog, stop it! How dare you? I like that you're able to, at this point, I can sort of understand visually what's happening. I still can't catch all of the details that you're able to catch, Waffle Fox Bree, but that's because you kind of know how to play this game, whereas I do not.
Right. Meekins is at least ahead of Kid Cool.
Take that, Kid Cool.
And Green Dog.
Well,
Green Dog is in last.
Kid Cool is indeed ranked E for racing. Green Dog is also ranked E, so at least you're passing some of the worst drivers in the game. With that said, this is an endurance match. We will be going 2 hours here, and honestly, even if somebody loses, they are not out of the tournament. I do think Meekins feels like this has been an uphill battle for them, and that's understandable. This is not exactly the most, either this is going to mesh with you or it's not going to. And Meekins doesn't like tactical games and does not like racing games, so this is like the worst of two worlds here.
Yeah. And this is why I chose to give this out during one of the winners endurance matches. There's 2 winners endurance matches and there's 2 losers endurance matches this year. And I didn't want to eliminate somebody with this. I thought it was a good curveball to throw one of the top players in the game. That's why I'm happy giving it to the winners. But I thought it was a bit... Yeah, it's a bit of an oddball to eliminate somebody with.
I think I agree with you, yeah. I really do like having experimental games, but also, when I'm choosing a game for Kusog7ande, and there's something that is really strange that I'm flip of the coin if somebody is able to figure it out. I'm like, this is a winner's bracket thing because, I have no idea how this match is going to go and if it's just going to be really weird for a player. And for loser's bracket, I usually like to keep things a little bit more skill and ability based. But then again, this game has a lot of skill and ability based. There is some randomness for how you do compared to some of the other drivers, but largely they're just trying to find out the rule set in this game. And it looks like Okami unfortunately did not get a good score in that specific race. That's okay. I believe Okami gets some Kuso points, which are fake and don't matter at all.
Yeah, I didn't quite get the placement Okami got there. Not that it matters for the score, but I'm still curious.
Yeah, if anybody is able to tell us what it is, you can always go back and look a little bit in the VOD. I would be curious myself.
Meekins is saying this is so boring. It's not for everyone.
It's like Okami has a pretty consistent R setup here.
Yeah, the more that I'm watching this, more that I'm actually loving this game. I find this so fascinating that this exists.
Okay, so Okami's at the Japanese course. This one is going to have a lot of wiggles.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Okay, so the wiggles will help?
Well, it'll be different once you figure out how to get around them. But it's with other racers. But yeah, it'll have racing lines all over the place, and it won't allow you to take every race line.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, here we go. Okami getting the replay there. I do like that it shows you. Okay, Okami, yeah, wiggling across in order to get the optimal driving path here. I think that might do it. Let's see. Yeah, no crash, no accident. Yeah, I also do like that even though you're not racing against somebody else, it still shows you at the bottom of the screen how you're doing compared to other players when they were doing the qualifying race. I think that's what it's showing there. Is that right?
Aren't they still there? Right? Or
Like,
Oh, sorry, where? Like the
Okami
The
is doing the
qualifying
qualifying,
race.
and it shows
yeah,
that
it's the
Okami is
qualifier,
like
yeah.
in 6th right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how accurate that placement is for the qualifier, actually. Yeah, because I think it has a
Maybe
weird order. I think it's just whoever, like, everyone is on the chorus, or most of the racers kind of are doing their qualifier at the same time, but that's really annoying because if you're getting a really good time, you're going to catch up to someone doing their qualifier, and then you have to get around them without having an accident.
Are you serious? You have to
Yes,
deal with
it's-
other people doing their qualifiers if you're going too fast?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Accident for
accident-
Okami!
Yep. Oh, no!
They're trying to qualify Okami. They're trying to qualify.
Oh,
Don't
no.
you dare.
Who was in front of Akami here to doing... Oh, that was Good Lady. Oh, no.
the good lady? Why would you do this?
Don't run into the good lady. Oh my gosh.
Lost a turn.
Losing a turn because the good lady just isn't going fast enough. I can't believe it.
Yeah, even in the regular races, if the people in last are going slow enough, you could lap them, and then you have to dodge them without having an accident as well, if you're in for near the front of the pack.
Okay, I gotta remember to do the 60-minute timer again because we're going a full hour here, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
We're not just doing 1 hour. Welcome everybody to Kusog7ande. That originally started with 2-hour matches, but then I realized that was a long time to make people play a bad video game, and like the whole reason I started Kusog7ande was so that I could make people suffer and laugh at them. But then to make people suffer a little bit less and still get the same amount of laughter, we reduced it to an hour. However, the endurance match is going back to the full 2-hour idea. Simply put, there are some games that you really don't get the full idea of the game in only an hour. You have to have a 2-hour experience to really get the feeling for how it is. And honestly, I think that this is pretty true. Oh, Okami is saying, I mashed through a turn. Yeah, that would explain a lot.
Oh, no. Okay, starting in 16th on the starting grid.
Not too bad.
Now,
Like-
this course is going to be a bit difficult to pass people on through those wiggles. Let's see how this goes.
My gosh. Look at those wiggles. Ooh. Do you know the wiggle lady?
Wiggle lady?
Yeah, she did infomercials. Wiggle. Let me see if I can find a gif of the wiggle lady. I don't know. The rainbow sponge. Rainbow sponge. That's it. That's what it's called. Rainbow sponge. Look at those wiggles. I'm sorry, everybody. I do need to input the time here because that is very important. But Wiggle Lady is so good as well because she loves to wiggle. Okay.
Okay, I remember that one now.
Yeah.
Oh, that one, yes.
Who doesn't love to wiggle?
Yeah. Same. Come on, where is this? There. Wiggles. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
It's very important. Wiggle lady, absolutely
Yes.
essential to...
Just living her best life.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's what this course is all about, Wiggles. At least that's what I'm gathering. Okay, as soon as Crappy says time, I will start 60 minutes again so that we can keep going. Bam. Happy light, keep going. What is Wiggle Lady selling? Well, not this game. She is selling the Rainbow Sponge so that you can do art like this. See? Rainbow Sponge. I don't know. I think if you buy a normal sponge, you can probably do Wiggles. Like, I'm not too keen on thinking that she had anything too outstanding. Ooh, Meekin's finishing in 13th place. Not enough to get points in the game, but enough to earn fake points per the rules. 13th place is 3 Kuso points that are only used in the case of a tiebreaker, which we are probably not going to have.
I thought it was 12. Was it 13?
No, that was the other tab that showed driver points.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like both players got 13th in Germany, so Germany was...
Kind of a washout
Yeah.
for both of them, yeah. Nobody moving up or down score-wise in the match. I don't know. Like, there are some races that are not going to work as well, but as long as you learn something, then that's what matters. Honestly, with an hour left, what the players really want to do is, like, take the knowledge that they have so far and get into the top 6. If they are in the top 6 for any of these matches, they will earn points that will matter. But currently, Okami is the only player that has scored in the top 6. Meekins has not, I believe.
Yeah, so far Okami got 2nd place, 4th place, and 13th place, and Meekins got 15th place, 14th place, and 13th place. So Okami is still winning.
That is correct. Oh my gosh. I really want a different music. This music is annoying.
Yeah, it just kind of randomly picks one of the tracks. There's quite a few tracks, but...
It keeps picking this crappy one. Like, I know that
don't
we're
know.
playing as crappy, but, like, come
no,
on.
I kind of like this one. It adds to the stress of the situation on the track.
There's a snail on the course. Like, or is that a nautilus? That's a nautilus. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a cute nautilus, I gotta be honest. Yeah. Catino. I do enjoy that they're the fake brands that are sponsoring each of the races here. I don't know what all of the fake brands are. I don't know what
That one
Catino
was
is.
for... Yeah, that one was for, like, the fake shell brand, which is, like, she and then Roman numeral 2.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I like the fake brands.
She too. Yeah, there's something about, like, fake brands in video games. I want to have, like, a list of, like, the best fake brands in video games. Does anybody remember, like, any of the fake brands that they love? I would love to hear your favorite fake brands. I know Phasmophobia had this weird, like, barrel. What was it? They have a fake igloo brand. Tempestrol, you're saying Pepsi? That's actually a brand. Minmo! Yeah. Pepsi is a real brand! Stop it! I'm gonna kick your butts. Lupine1 says that one of the billboards in Daytona, USA has an armadillo on it. Wow. Tempestrol, are you from Georgia or something calling Pepsi fake? Like, seriously, that sound like it. Hassie, that's right. Hassie's a good fake brand. That was in, what's it called? Blue Stinger. Also a Saturn game, if I'm not mistaken. No, that Dreamcast. That's Dreamcast, yeah. apparently original Mario Kart 64 had brands that they had to get rid of in the Western version, but there was Marioro, which was Marlboro. Can you imagine Mario doing a cigarette parody? That happened. Chat is correct. There was an accident. I missed it, but chat didn't. Chat remembers.
Accident.
Accident.
All right, I think Meekins did the qualifier.
Could be.
Thank you
Yes.
for sharing the Hassie love in chat. I'm glad that somebody has a Hassie emote.
Oh,
Okay,
not a good
fine,
start
okay.
again.
That's just the qualifier, though. Yeah, coming in last is tough because you got everybody in front of you and they're probably going to cause accident. But yeah, when you're in the front too, then sometimes you're dealing with the back end if it loops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best I've done from starting in last is maybe 4th place. But yeah, it depends on the course and whatever. It's how it is to maneuver.
I'd say one of the difficulties here is that, like, even though you want to move as far as you can during your turn, because of the cars ahead of you, sometimes you just can't. You have to go, like, slower than you would normally playing the game just because you do not want to risk running into somebody else.
I like when sometimes there's a replay and there's just like 4 cars just sitting in traffic, just like not moving at all.
They're
'Cause
chilling.
That's how Formula Racing works.
Well, I mean, if they're crashed, yeah. Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I really understand the appeal of car racing. Like, I can sort of understand humans racing, like, just because it's a very impressive feat. It's neat what people can do with cars, but honestly, like, I don't know. You have to be good at knowing how a car handles. You have to understand its strengths and weaknesses, its limitations and such. But I'd rather do almost anything else, I gotta be honest. Like, good job, you're good at pushing... I don't... okay, am I offending anybody here? Is anybody here like a big car racing fan? Do you like that? Cargo Vroom? Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like, does the car ever go vroom in this game? Oh yeah, there's mode
Oh, it
2.
does a little vroom each time you press the movement button.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
All the vroom you get.
There's Slipstream. Slipstream's kind of cool, I guess.
Oh yeah, if you match the speed of the person who has a slipstream behind them, you could like, reduce drag and kind of hide between them and then get an extra move on the next turn.
Ooh, okay.
It's really hard to get that to actually happen.
Yeah, it's very difficult in this because your speed is based on how many spaces you're going, and getting that to line up is quite difficult. I listed it in the document, but I'm not sure if either player will be able to get that to work. And I got it to work a couple times, but then I had an accident right after.
I love it. It worked. Then I crashed. I mean, that sounds about right. Like, honestly, I think that, there's a... Car racing is pretty risky. Like, simply put, you make a little bit of a mistake and you're going to have an accident. Like, that's just the reality. I don't think the average person would be able to participate in any sort of car race without dying 5 times. So I mean, there's that. But then when everybody is like,
sometimes.
when everybody's like perfect, I guess there's beauty in how nonchalant it feels. Like it seems like the better people are at racing, the less exciting it is for me. And there's beauty in that simplicity, I suppose. I guess I can get that. But honestly, like, come on, roller derby, like, Roller derby, at least you have people tackling each other and stuff. Like, that's a fun type of race.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel
That's
like
fun.
it's real, though, because it feels like an excuse to beat people up, and that's honestly a big draw for roller derby, yeah.
I'm not sure women's roller derby is like that, but it's also fun.
Okay, Tempest Roll in chat is quoting rules for F1, and I don't think these are real rules. Saying, did you know in F1, if you ramp off another car and land on all four wheels, you instantly win the race? Real rule? That is not true.
I read all the Formula D, the board game rules. That's not allowed in Formula D, but maybe it's allowed in real life. Tempest Roll could be right.
Did you know cutting corners is only against the rules if the course guardians are having a bad day or if they dislike you specifically? I mean, that's true for any type of referee. But also, I'm pretty sure that's against the rules, period. Unless, like, I love old school movies when people were racing cars, like the Love Bug. Okay, anything with Herbie before Lindsay Lohan. That sounds rude. Okay, before Lindsay Lohan, like, they were pretty great. It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. That's a fantastic movie. I love it. The Blues Brothers racing scenes were always good. But yeah, I think that, like, honestly, good for people who enjoy something niche. Guess what? That's what we're doing here. This is niche.
This is very niche.
This is a bad video game tournament. Not everybody is going to show up and sit around and, like, have no idea what they're going to see and then just put 2 hours of their life into watching Tactics Formula for the Sega Saturn. But that is what people have chosen to do, so I appreciate you just embracing the niche and dealing with what we have here today, which apparently is complaining about watching Tactics Formula. But no, I actually really find this interesting, probably more so than actual racing or actual racing games. Like, this to me is technically kind of impressive. Like,
Yeah, like,
this
I
functions.
Yeah, like, this is really weird and hard to get your head around, but I don't know if it's, like, great, but, like, I really like the idea that they just did something completely different here, and, like, yeah, most racing games are pretty much the same thing. This is very different.
Yeah, like, I really like this, and it's just a different experience from other racing games and not what you'd expect.
This isn't Shrek Kart, everybody, and that's really what we should be celebrating today.
Yeah, I'm not bringing Shrek Kart, I'm bringing Tactics Formula for the Sega Saturn.
Oh, Shrek isn't first on the Kami screen.
Shrek! Why are you in first? Wait, how strong is Shrek? I forget. Where's the picture again?
Level A.
Oh, Shrek is a level A gamer / driver here, so that makes sense that Shrek could be winning here. My gosh. There's a sentence. Look at those wiggles. Well, yeah, Okami just trying to zoom around, and is this a qualifying round?
Oh, actually it is, so Shrek could not actually be in first. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Almost past the finish line.
Who cares about Shrek? Nobody cares. So why does it make the doink sound? Is that you're canceling your moves?
Okami's trying to end the turn too soon because you need to slow down safely in a certain number of turns. You can't go from like 300 to like 60 kilometers an hour or something.
Okay.
Another person showing up late and doesn't know how to judge how this is going. Well, Okami is winning.
Oh, Shrek's starting in second.
Tempest Roll giving more facts. Did you know if you place last in qualifiers 3 times in a row, the ghost of Ayrton Senna comes to haunt you? First, I don't know who that is. Second, I didn't know that. And third, I'm pretty sure that's not true. Ghosts aren't real. I'm sorry,
another
that's how
person-
I know that fact is false. Ghosts aren't real. Okay, maybe they say that the ghost haunts you, but I doubt it. Like,
All right, so someone in chat is asking how to judge this. So yeah, again, Okami is in the lead because he's come higher in his previous matches than Meekins. But also follow the yellow line at the bottom of the screen. The player is 0-1 in red, so you can see how far to the left they are as how far they are to the start of the match.
Yeah, at least for
ooh,
the
good
current
music.
course.
This sounds like
Oh,
Mega Man
yeah,
X.
this is a good one.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, the intro
this one
stage
reminds
for
me
Mega
of,
Man
like,
X.
Yeah, Mega Man X, was it like Storm Eagles?
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, shit
a
like
little
that.
bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, I'm digging this. This is good, okay? Yeah, there are a lot of different areas of Mega Man X that I could say this sounds like. This almost sounds like the Weapon Get screen, Storm Eagle, the intro stage before you even have the stage select. Like, it's just bringing in everything. This is like best parts.
Yeah, this is one of the best ones in the game, or best tracks, yeah.
Yeah, this is part of the like appeal of this game. Like you got some good tunes.
Yeah,
you struggle with
Meekins in
this.
8.
Oh, 8?
That's
All right.
better, but still not enough for real points. Yeah, Meekins, really, I understand that this is not Meekins' game. Like, if Meekins manages to score any points, I would say that that is a personal moral victory. But honestly, we shouldn't be too surprised that Meekins is struggling a little bit more with this.
Although, if Meekins did manage to get in the first once, that would be 10 points in-game, which would put Meekins into a lead. But we'd have to see.
Yeah, they're not out of it yet.
Second would be enough to tie. Like, and taking third twice, that would pass Okami. Like, really, it still is either player's game. If somebody can have one more good race, that could potentially solidify a victory. Like, I really have no idea. Okami is doing pretty well this time, though. Like, currently in third.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, like, if you are in the middle of the pack, it's very similar to Mario Kart, I suppose. Like, considering that you have to deal with everybody else around you, that's always a dangerous place to be. Just getting away from other vehicles
Mario
optimally
Kart
would be good.
Yeah, Mario Kart does throw you a bone if you're in the pack of the pack with certain items that annoy everyone.
Yeah, there's no items in this one. I don't know why not.
You're not. What are they going to give you? A gun? No, you're not allowed to have one when you're racing. Bananas, they don't
Some
really
of these
do anything.
characters could have a gun.
RoboCop, yeah.
No.
Yeah, just imagine he's our partner. I mean, he could be helping us out here.
I mean, if you watch old school racing movies, sometimes there were people who are like, ha ha ha, oil. But they usually spend like 10 minutes setting up a trap, and it's like you could have been driving this entire time. You know, maybe this wasn't the best idea for you to go and lay a trap out for other people, stupid. I mean, the smart ones are the ones who have, like, friends who go and drive ahead, which I'm not sure how they're able to drive ahead since it's literally a race. But, you know, the friends who drive ahead and go lay the trap and then, mustache twisting. Yeah. Really, like, that's a little bit of a flaw in some of the logic. But then again, some of the racing movies they'd reach a certain checkpoint and then, like, have a 24-hour break. So I guess if you have a friend who doesn't have a life, they can go ahead and race ahead of everybody else, you know, just go and lay the traps and get everything ready, and then you'll be, you know, everybody who gets there just blows up, and then you can go ahead and win. Oh no, Meekin starting in 22nd place.
Oh no.
Yeah. being able to make enough progress here in order to move into a place to score points, very unlikely. Are you able to redo a qualifying round?
Nope.
Well then. Too bad.
Yeah, just one shot at each qualifier and course, and then you're off to the next one.
Yeah. But I have to say, in all racing movies, when somebody is trying to sabotage other people, if they just kept racing, they almost always would win. Like, come on.
Oh, I did see Okami try to use analysis mode for a second there.
Yeah, I haven't seen players use it much. You can go into analysis mode to see the paths of the other racers to try to avoid them.
That
You can sit
would be really helpful, and I think that I would be using that a lot.
Someone's pointing out Meekins just did 10% rain.
Did Meekins not pick 0% rain? I guess not. Well, 10% should be not too bad.
It
Yeah.
looks like it is still dry out there.
Yeah.
Can it
Yeah, it'll
start
tell
raining
you
in
when
the
it
middle?
changes.
Yeah,
Yes.
if it starts, it'll like have something scroll onto the screen in the middle, like kind of like accident does, and be like dry to wet or half wet or something like that.
I love that. Meekins is like, all of these slow cars just sitting around on the course. What the crap? There we go. Meekins managing to pass somebody else. This is almost like you're stuck in traffic in LA type of movement here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bumper to bumper.
And bumper to bumper, everybody just... Like, I know that technically they're going like 300 kilometers or 90 kilometers per hour. Sure, it's a lot faster than LA traffic, but still.
Anyway, earlier we were mentioning items in Mario Kart. So the current version of Formula D, I found a PDF. Apparently there are, maybe this is an optional mode, but I found there are skills the different players could have in the board game that this seems to be based on. My favorite one is car radio. Once per race, this driver thinks his car radio plays bad music and he throws it out of the window onto a car on an adjacent space. The target car then loses 1 point in a category defined by rolling the black die. A damage marker is placed on the feature symbol to show it has been used.
They throw the radio out and damage the neighboring car? What?
Yeah, if you want to play the board game version of this, you could do that.
Okay, and what's the board game called again?
Formula D.
Formula D. I want to look at some of the other characters here. That sounds amazing.
I see Weather Frog. Each time the black die is rolled to determine weather conditions, including at the beginning of the game, this driver is allowed to roll the die again and the second result counts. If it's raining, he only slides 1 space forward instead of 3 when he stops in a corner.
Ooh, okay. That's kind of fun. A character who can manipulate the weather and actually drives better in the rain. Nice.
I don't know about this one. How sweet. Each time an opponent, male or female, overtakes this driver on a straight, their speed is reduced by 1 square while they try and catch a glimpse of her. I mean, bisexual rights, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, look, if your superpower was to seduce everybody... Wait, there have been plenty of movies like that. Plenty.
It's like Okami's been battling with Shrek throughout the race, but was unable to. It's like Okami will still be in second.
Yeah, goal! That is, yeah, if Okami actually did finish that second place, that is another 6 points for Okami. That's pretty significant. Seriously, great. I want the power... What if you had the power to, like, de-seduce everybody? Like, to make everybody not seduced. Would that be a good power to have? I mean, if you're going into, like, a brothel or something, maybe that would help.
But they have situational uses. I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, very situational. Actually, I'm pretty sure that everybody has that superpower. It's not that hard to make somebody repulsed. Oh, and apparently Shrek is the one who beat Okami.
What place did Okami come in? Second?
Second in
Okay.
Brazil.
I believe second place in Brazil. Shrek comes in first. Yep. Well, there we go. Okay, Okami gonna be getting ready for Spain.
Oh yeah, this one has some sharp turns, but a lot of straighter points here.
The straights can trick you because you think you can go at like 300 kilometers per hour, and then suddenly you're at a turn and up there to that.
Yeah, I think that having decent brakes would help. What does suspension do here? Is suspension really important at all?
Oh, that reduces the risk percentages that show up at the bottom of the screen. So, like, if you didn't have that, maybe you'd have like a 40% risk of spinning out instead of 20%, something like that. But of course, the numbers are different for every type of turn and speed you're doing. But yeah, it it's something you want it pretty much always to set 2 points to, because it allows you to take more risks.
Yeah, you're not going to win this by driving safely.
Don't be reckless. Just planned risk, you know?
See how's Meekin's doing. Okay, about to complete the first lap of Brazil. In 12th place. Like Meekin's
Justin's
right
getting
behind
his first
Bongo.
eyes on this, by the way. This is a tactical racing game. Similar to, like, the board game that our roomie wants us to play. And this is actually really fascinating. It never came out in the US, but it's been a lot of fun, and there are a lot of accidents happening. Justin brought me some food, by the way, so I apologize if I go quiet for a bit, but this is really delicious.
What did he bring you?
What is this? Bibimbap. Okay, I was like,
Okay.
this tastes sort of like bulgogi, but bibimbap, oh, it's so good. And he made it.
All
It's
right.
delicious.
Thanks, Justin.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, the stream says thank you, Justin. It's so
Wait.
good. This is what we get endurance rounds. Gotta have my food. No burrito, but bibimbap is so good.
But yeah, unfortunately, Okami is both playing, like placing higher in the races, but also is one race ahead of Beacons.
Yeah, like, that's something to keep in mind as well, that, sometimes planning things a little bit better is going to help you out, but also just getting more races under your belt can sort of help you understand what is helpful and what isn't helpful when it comes to actually getting into the race. And
Yeah, like they're...
yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, like they're not allowed to restart any matches or anything, so if you are aware that you're just not going to win this, like, maybe just try stuff and try to finish it quickly so you can get to the next one.
Yeah. By the way, what about fuel? Fuel seems like it kind of can be an issue. Do you have to refuel in this game?
If you're gonna run out, yeah, but like, you choose how much fuel you want at the beginning. I think for, these 2-lap races, we don't really need to go to the pit stop. I did put down instructions in case they wanted to, but otherwise, yeah, if we did have 3-lap or 4-lap races, yeah, you probably would have to refuel or repair at some point or something.
Gotcha.
Especially tire replacements.
One thing you can do is make a shortcut through the pit stop if you're in the right spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are the pit stops sometimes a little bit shorter to go through?
Oh, right, yeah, like once depends, because sometimes it's a gamble, but yeah, once I started in last place, and I was so far back that the pit stop was right next to me, and everyone got gridlocked ahead, so I just drove through the pit lane and got to the middle of the pack.
Is that allowed?
In this game, apparently.
This game does not follow Formula One racing rules. It follows tactics formula rules.
Well, there we go. Okami in last place starting this race. Gonna be a little bit hard. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I definitely needed food. This is so good. By the way, we're at 30 minutes left. Now is the time that Meekins needs to win a race if Meekins wishes to move on in the winner's bracket. Of course, neither player is getting eliminated, but one player is going to have more of an uphill battle, and will have to work a little bit more to stay in Kusog7ande. Oh my gosh. Food is so good, everybody. I love food.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this at the beginning of the race, use that message that says like with this let the button C in it and like before the lights go off. So what it pretty much says is please press C at the right time or please press C at the best time, according to the signal. Actually, I've tried that with different save states and it doesn't actually do anything.
It does not. So that's one of the reasons why we gave them this custom setup that makes them do the qualifier, because if you do the version of this that doesn't have a qualifier, you're just pressing C at the right time.
Yeah, it makes fake. Instead for your qualifier, it just says does a qualifier thing where it does that, where just press C at the right time according to the signal, and it's just randomly placing your starting position in the race because it actually doesn't factor your button press into it at all, which is very rude.
That's hilarious. Can you just not press it?
Just press C. Just press C at the best time. Does nothing.
Yeah, so it's like the easier mode. I forgot what it's called, and this is like the custom mode. But like this is the one that was more fair to use.
Yeah, at least even if you are like getting worse qualifier placements, at least like it's due to you racing in the qualifier and not some RNG thing that's making it just pretending that you did something when you didn't.
Yeah, I definitely prefer that way to do this. Not just having it be an arbitrary roll of the die.
This has got a good track, by the way.
This
I think
is
it's
weird
a stress
music.
track again.
It kind of is stressful, yeah. I'd say that, like, the match that we had before this, the Rocky Horror, there was some amount of randomness. Actually, a decent amount of randomness for where the parts of the machine would appear. But at the same time, that game was much shorter. And so I feel like it was a much fairer type of randomness that, like, the players could learn to deal with. With this, when you have a whole, like, 10 minutes of gameplay that's affected by one random number, that is a much bigger issue. So having them play through the qualifier definitely makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay, Meekins, let's see where you go for the qualifier. Did you do well enough to get a higher place, please?
Oh yeah, what placement did Meekins get in Brazil?
One moment. Did I miss it? Maybe I missed it.
Oh yeah, maybe we're.
I have no
Check the
idea.
VOD. I got the VOD open.
No! 22nd! No!
Oh no.
You can move to work yourself towards the front of the pack during the race. Like, that is doable. It's just very, very hard. And Waffle Fox Brie, who is here with us, said that she's managed to get from last place up to 4, but possibly not better than that.
Have a good understanding of the game and know what risks to take to weave in and out. And yeah, you do definitely want to put a lot of points into things that will reduce those risks. And yeah, I did give them a guide on what things do and which things might reduce risks as well.
Mm-hmm. Mind you, it is 15 pages of information.
Yeah,
there's
a lot of info to take in.
Info. Yeah, actually, Tempestrol, are you still watching? Are you still here? Because we have an actual Formula One question for you. And the question is, are you allowed to drive through the pit stop if you're not taking a pit stop? Or is that illegal? Do you go to jail? What's the answer? And if you're not here, then, oh my gosh, you literally gave us lies and left. And I'm going to start drama about that, okay? You want drama?
That feels like a very special situation if you're like at the back of the pack at the beginning of the race and able to take that pit stop, which no one else can.
By the way, both Meekins and Okami are saying that their brains are off by this point. I'd say, that's sort of endurance round things, but simply put, I think this game, you can't really do that if you want to win a race. Like, there's a decent amount of thinking that you have to do in order to do well in this.
I don't know. Once you get used to it, you kind of get into a flow of things for what risks to accept and what not to.
Megan is saying there's nothing to endure. There's just nothing here. Ah!
Yeah, Megan doesn't seem happy about this.
Meekin does not like this game. I would say that, like, Okami has at least figured out how to play this game. And Meekin's, like, I feel like Meekin's is just trying, but just has not really gotten to the point where they've managed to make significant progress. Whereas Okami at least knows that it's possible to make progress here. But at the same time, I think Okami has been doing worse as the match has gone on and not necessarily better.
He got second place in Brazil.
So chat is saying
match.
that odds are if you do a pit maneuver, you may be required to stop, else you get disqualified or get a penalty that would be worse.
Still do have to stop, but you don't have to get your team to actually do work on the car.
Yeah, you could just say hello to them.
Just say hi and then keep going after you stop. But yeah, that still sounds illegal.
Yeah, what's weird to me is that, like, speed here doesn't really make too much sense to me. Like, because, like, if you're going 90 or 180 kilometers per hour, like, you have to move, right? You have to move a certain amount, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't, is that even an option to not move? Like, if you have strong enough brakes?
Well, yeah, if you get your top brakes, you might be able to forget how fast you can decelerate, but the best brakes, you don't have to move many turns or spaces to brake, or none at all, depending on your speed. So yeah, like, I guess if you're going too fast before a corner, or you're right behind someone who slows down too quickly, then you could save yourself. But yeah, like, putting all your points into just at least maxing out all your speed, acceleration, and everything without putting anything into parts that will not let you take any risks is not really advised, at least for me. I find there's a lot of loadouts that actually work for this game once you're used to it.
Yeah, I think just learning what actually works for the race is helpful. Yeah.
Because, yeah, I didn't want to say in the document to recommend certain, I don't know, just points into parts over others, because I found a lot of them just worked in different ways depending on the playstyle.
Yeah, and I find like a lot of Kusog7ande matches, players will find different ways that work for them than whatever we tried.
Oh, right, yeah. Someone in chat says modern F Formula 1 doesn't allow refueling during the race. Yeah, this... what year was that you were able to put in?
I think that was fairly recent. I
Yeah.
was reading all about formula rules recently. The updated almost.
Yeah, this game is 1997, and I guess it was accurate to some rules at the time, except for all the illegal maneuvers you can do.
Like the Wiggles. The Wiggles are very illegal.
Yeah, doesn't that, like, make it more likely that somebody will hit you?
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Maybe you shouldn't be driving then, huh?
Okay, yeah, refueling was banned in 2010.
People in
So,
Utah
yeah.
do the wiggles all the time.
But yeah, like modern F1 is more about managing your tires. You're only allowed to have certain sets of different tires, and you can choose when you're swapping them out.
Yeah, like, I do think just, like, figuring out what sort of specifications are going to work best for a specific track is probably what's required for being a good driver. And then, like, well, half of it, like, knowing what setup is going to work best, and half of it knowing how to handle the car so that that setup actually does work, and so that you like are victorious. Honestly, there's probably a lot of very technical knowledge that I just don't know about. But I'm not a car racer, and I'm not really like somebody who watches a lot of races out there, you know.
Yeah, like I think that's true of like any sport or like hobby or whatever you want to call different things. That there's just like things that on the surface you don't really get until you see like what really goes into them. Cause yeah, I'm not big on racing either. I've just been reading about
like,
it before the match.
Yeah, I don't know if I can
Accident!
watch
No!
racing as much, because it's hard to tell what's going on, like what the racers are thinking and stuff, and
Yeah, it's like, here's the deal. I've watched enough football. I know all the rules of football. I've never played football, but I can definitely follow what's going on there. Racing strategy, I mean, everybody who talks about it is usually speculating about, or, you know, they might know the history of some specific person, but I don't. And honestly, like, I think to understand how a race is going, you have to have a pretty good knowledge of the individual racer's past to understand, are they going to do a come from behind like they did back, 5 years ago at this specific race on the same track? Are they going to try to do that again, or do they not know, or, did they do something weird that they usually don't do, and you think that it might actually be a problem for them? There's just so much knowledge that you have to have of each individual racer to understand. Whereas football, it's like, okay. They throw the ball from here to there. Yeah, I understand that. That's understandable. And I know that this wide receiver, he's a good wide receiver. Holy guacamole, so good at that. Just receiving the package, that's what he does.
oh, looks like
Okay, there we go. Race complete for Okami and Meekins.
okay. Guess they both finished.
Yeah,
at the same time.
Okami comes in 10th place. Not enough for real points, but enough for Kuso points. And I don't know, what really matters the most? Real points or fake points? I mean, the answer is real points. If you're going to say
real
fake points,
points.
it's dumb. Yeah, can't believe you thought that it was fake points, you nerds.
I mean, fake points are fun, though.
I'm not arguing against that. I like fake points. I give them all the time. Heck, everybody take 5 fake points. There you go.
But yeah, they're actually both on the same match now. They finished around the same time.
Yeah, Meekins is starting to catch up match-wise, but that doesn't really matter if you're not actually getting a high enough placement to score points. You have to come in the top 6. If you do not rack up any points. Okami has done that, I believe, twice at this point, and Meekins has not done it. And because of that, Okami is in the lead and is very likely to win this match.
So yeah, they've both gotten through 6 races already, and that was Bree's estimate for the 2 hours. Maybe they can get another one in, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not
If
sure,
so,
but we'll see.
Galf? I like that Galf sign, it's good.
Galf.
But yeah, if they want to have a shot at getting any last points, they have to get through this qualifier, like, now. Because the race itself actually takes a while. It's just, the qualifier really affects a lot of how the race actually goes. Yeah, Okami was speculating in Discord. Not sure if I can fit in another race. I'll go ahead and give it a shot. I think that's the right thing to do. Just try. Worst case scenario, your qualifier goes bad and you're in 22nd place and you have an uphill battle for the race itself. But it's better, worst case scenario, you don't get any additional points,
Yeah, the match is already set if neither of them completes another race, where it's not like we're tied here, but they can try to get another one in if they can.
I do enjoy that Chad is saying that Galf is a real game within another game. But if it's a real game in a game, then that means it's not a real game because it's a fake game, because games aren't real, right? Our game's real?
Our game's real? What are we doing?
No!
And maybe we're the game. All right, Okami just finished the qualifier. But yeah, I guess we'll see if there's time for the 2-lap race. Oh yeah, Meekins is about to finish the qualifier. Onto the race now. Okay. Oh yeah, while testing this, I see Okami sets the fuel to maximum every time, but while testing this, I wasn't sure if do maneuver or go any faster with a lower amount of fuel.
Yeah, you would think that less fuel would make your car lighter, but we're not sure that actually.
I wasn't able to confirm it.
Ooh, Okami actually has a really good starting spot here, though. This is a good possibility. We'll have to see what Okami's able to do.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of wiggles to try to keep people behind.
Oh yeah,
the
wiggles can keep them back.
Yeah, it scares people. accident
this
for
illegal
weekends.
maneuver.
I mean,
Oh, no.
illegal now, not illegal in video
not
games.
in Tactics Formula.
It's a tactic.
It's a tactic.
Yeah, the tactic is to do the wiggle. Come on.
Little lady would approve.
Yeah, look at her. Oh my gosh. See, she really approves of those wiggles, okay? Oh, I'm really... This is good music. This is good music for us to end on. I'm glad that we have this for the final race. And honestly, the players have enough time that they can complete a race. Okami is falling behind some of the other racers here. It's a bit concerning. So we're going to have to see if Okami can manage to get that back. And as far as I'm aware, it looks like Okami has a good top speed. That might make a difference here. No!
Accident!
Accident!
Oh, someone in chat mentioned, did Okami's car just go through another one? Yeah, sometimes the collision detection just decides, no, you're both ghosts.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the hitboxes are, because you can kind of see cars' movements on the analysis screen if you go there, but in some cases they don't collide, and I'm not sure how you
wager
figure
to
that out.
Yep, my bet is that, like, if you end up on the same dot at the same time, that counts as a collision. But if you're, like, at different dots at the same time that are just really close to each other, or where a car would technically hit another car, then that is just not going to cause an accident, or any of the crossing lines, like, unless you're on one of the nodes, not an accident. At least that's how I would handle it, you know, sort of. You don't have to make it, like, 100% accurate for a game. It's a tactics game, it's not a real game. Whatever. It's not real racing, you know?
Yeah.
I'm
Right,
glad
so we're
that, like, if you're behind the other players, you can see at least what moves the other players have decided to make.
Yeah, like they've done their moves first. It's kind of interesting, yeah.
That generally is a trick that you use in board games in order to give the people who are behind a little bit of a leg up and hopefully make a comeback. I can think of a few games that I've played that do something similar to that. And it also allows you, if you're coming up from behind, to take riskier maneuvers. Yeah, anyways, I'd say that, like, if this were the board game that it's possibly based off of, the Formula D, I believe that's what it's called. Then, like, it makes sense why it's laid out this way, and they would have borrowed probably an appropriate game style for this video game. Like, again, like, I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb here and say that as a video game, this isn't necessarily bad. I think that it is problematic, or like, there are some problems with the way that the game plays in some ways, and like how the roll of the dice, especially when you're trying to do tricky maneuvers, like for Okami right there slipping, it's, you know, it's hard to predict when you're going to have something bad happen, and the game pushes you to take risks, but also punishes you for taking risks. And I'm, like, figuring out the right balance for that is really difficult in this game.
Yeah, like, it's a really interesting idea for a game. It's just, really difficult to, like, feel like you have full control over this.
Yeah. And I'd say that that's one thing that can be frustrating about certain games, that there's not a guaranteed Like, as far as I can see, there's likely not a guaranteed way for you to actually win every time that you play.
No.
Like, yeah, and that can be very frustrating for people who are playing games. I don't think it's necessarily a problem, but again, it can be very frustrating for gamers.
Yeah, like, honestly, this game has a lot of appeal. It just feels very mysterious sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bria, you have anything to say about this?
Yeah, no, it's such a unique concept, and yeah, it's a lot of problems and things that could have been done better, but yeah, I'm just glad to see this done. And
I think Okami got a
Yeah,
double
like
accident.
uh-oh.
I think Okami's just got more accidents right now.
I didn't get everyone's accidents. It's of course easier to crack of like Akami's because we hear that like do kind of like noise whenever the accident happens on Akami's
Yeah.
side, but I feel like Akami might actually have more accidents.
I think so.
Like you are taking more risks and getting more accidents, but more of them are paying off.
Yeah, basically, Okami is a little bit shocked about what happened during that, and I sort of agree that I'm a bit shocked Okami did have 2 accidents in one turn, and I presume Okami ran into somebody, stopped, and then somebody ran into Okami. That's what I would bet happened.
Oh yeah, that's probably what happened. Just 2, yeah. Yeah, I got 2 accidents there, yeah.
So yeah, Meekin's finished the Hungary.
Yeah, I don't
Race.
think Meekins can finish one more
No.
race. It's at that point I'm saying, Meekins, feel free to join us in voice if you wish. But not required. But since Meekins isn't going to be playing anymore, I figured, might as well welcome them
Yeah.
in if they wish. Meanwhile, we're wrapping up the last few minutes of Okami's gameplay here. I do not know if Okami is going to be able to move into a scoring position. If so, Okami could potentially just nab a couple more points.
Yeah, it won't matter for the match scoring though, but yeah, you can see if he can finish this up.
Oh yeah, just almost there.
Yeah, it looks like Meekins is joining us. Currently has us. There we go. Hello there's. My gosh.
Hi, Meekins.
I'm losing my brain
Hello.
here.
Hello's is theirs is.
Hello's. Hey, Meekin.
Hi.
I take it you didn't like this game.
That was probably the most boring match I have ever done.
Hey, it's endurance round. Sometimes you gotta endure. I think we can call it because Okami is done. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say time. That is it. Everybody,
you.
we are free from this match. 157, 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 50 seconds in. We are calling it done. We are good. And we are bringing Okami in to come chat with us. Ignore Crappy. Crappy's going to yell at you in a second saying that it's time. We're calling it time there, though.
Crappy did so much racing though.
I'm so angry about that double crash at the end.
That was amazing.
I got into an accident, and then after that, on the turn that I was waiting, I got into another accident.
Okay. So you caused the accident, and while waiting, somebody ran into you.
Uh-huh.
I
That's
love
great.
it. I love it so good. Okay.
Tactics formula.
Hey, Tactics Formula for Saturn. Okay. So, should I reveal the points here?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, sure.
are you going to not reveal the points if we say no?
I don't care anymore.
I mean, I would just say who wins.
I mean, also fair. How did we score?
Well, Meekins earned some fake points, which was great. The Kuso points, they don't count. But a great job getting some of those fake points. Okami scored some real points, though.
Oh,
Oh.
well, I don't care.
Yeah, so it looks like Akami got 15 points from various placements and 6, and then the rest were in the mid-range.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
I posted
kind of
the,
shocking.
Finishes in the chat.
Oh, I didn't do anything. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Okami, actually, the very first race, technically Okami had won.
Yeah, I was very
that's cool.
surprised about picking it up the game that quick, and all
qualifying
those
round.
risks paying
I'm
off
glad I got to
immediately.
sit here for 2 hours after that.
Well, come on, you could have scored. We didn't know. You kept trying, though. You did well in Japan. You came in 8th. You were close.
I refute that because I didn't try. I didn't try anything with this game because I was so utterly bored from the start of the game.
Well, maybe you would have been less bored if you started trying. You didn't
I
even
don't
use
think
analysis
so.
mode.
I don't think it would have been. I don't think so.
You didn't use analysis mode a single time, Meekin. Yeah, 2
I am
hours.
I am
I don't
not.
think I used analysis mode much either, to be fair.
I accidentally opened it once or twice, and I have no idea what anything meant.
Well, yeah, welcome to a tactics
Although
game.
analysis does waste some time, because you got to figure out
Yeah.
who's
'cause
around
I-
you doing what moves.
Yeah, because I barely finished my 7th race. Like, I had
Yeah.
a minute left on the clock.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Nice.
both finished the 7th race at about
Yeah.
the same time. Meekin's finished it a little bit earlier.
and we fully acknowledge, Meekin. Like, we were talking, we're like, you express dislike of tactics game as well as dislike of racing games, and we're like, well, oh boy, I don't think this is gonna be Meekin's game, and yeah,
Before the match even started, I knew what was going to happen.
I'm not big on tactics games either, to be fair. I'm alright on racing games, but this is also more tactics game than racing game, so...
Yeah. I don't know anything about calculating angles and speed and crap like that. Are you kidding me?
dang it, I got a math minor. Come on, let me play this.
Most of the time, I basically just rolled dice, but rolled on low odds, so mostly I was going for like 5, 10, 15% chances.
Yeah, those
of
were the safe
accident.
ones to go for. I think
I tried
Okami-
doing that, and they never worked, so I stopped and just spammed.
Yeah, I think Okami
Spammed
kept going
forward.
with that. Sorry. But yeah, I think Okami had more accidents, but also more successes, so I'm not sure where that...
Yeah, like the problem is you can't play this too safely. This game really wants
Yeah.
you to take risks.
Yeah, I fully acknowledge that, like, this game is not for everybody.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would say that it is for a very, very, very specific audience that
I mean,
is
that's fine.
not most people.
I
That's
could see
fine.
it being... This game has multiplayer. I could see it being like a fun multiplayer party game.
Yeah, playing this casually, that's fine, but it seemed exceedingly, like, RNG heavy for a race, right?
Ish, yeah. I think the big thing that really decided some of these races for me was the qualifying round. Because since that determines your starting position, on at least a few of them, I was able to get first in the qualifying round, which means you started out in front at the start of the race.
Yeah,
And
I
because of
finished
that,
last. Every single one. Every single one. I couldn't figure out how to play this game, and I didn't care to.
That's
Yeah,
it-
so
it- the actual race becomes a decent bit easier when you don't have to worry about overtaking everybody right at the start of the race.
With that said, like Meekin, I'm still going to give you props because despite this not being a game that you were interested in at all, you still stuck it out. And, you know, you're here 2 hours later, you endured it, and you know what? For your next endurance match, you are definitely not getting this. We can guarantee that.
Oh, I have to do another one of these?
You get another endurance round. That's
Okay,
correct.
that's fine. That's fine, because it won't be the most boring game in the world.
I mean, you
because
never
I
know.
played that already today.
I don't know. We could be giving you "Don't shoot the baby," and the whole goal is to, or "Don't shoot the puppy." I'm trying to remember what the game is.
I'm going to speak some blasphemy on behalf of Mystery Funhouse. I think I enjoyed this game more than I did Adventure Ball, which was the endurance game I had to play last year.
Adventure Ball. I'm trying to remember what that is.
Oh, if there's anybody in chat who is like from MFH, you know, Blasphemous Roar, Shrambles, somebody like that, they're probably gonna be screaming Adventure Ball right about now. It was still an alright game though, that one. That was like a platformer game where the 9th level is impossible.
Oh, okay.
And you also have to modify the game's code if you want to access the 10th level.
You have to modify the game's code to get to the 10th
That's
level.
not even a joke!
Okay, Mooware is saying Adventure Ball is still good. If you have to literally go and edit the game code or some of the memory values to access the entire game, then that is kind of a problem. Oh.
Another thing I ended up doing for this game, partway through, I opened up a notepad because I was kind of using the same build throughout the whole thing for where I would distribute my stat points. So I basically just opened up a notepad of what I put in for them. So I'm like, I'm going to put 3 points into the first stat, 2 into the next one, 3 into the third one, set the thing to active, and then the last thing that I have to set is like, depending on if I'm doing qualifier or final. And I don't know how much that helped, but it at least meant I can menu through a bit faster.
Chat,
I knew what my
chat
build
has
was gonna be.
corrected us, Sokami, that you don't have to change the game code for Adventure Ball. You have to change the registry. You have to edit your Windows registry in order
I knew
to
it was
play
something.
the 10th level.
I don't know what
I knew it
anyone
was
is
something
saying right
weird
now.
about that.
Meekin, basically you have to edit something on your computer that could cause your entire computer to die if you do it wrong.
Okay.
And you're not changing the game, you're modifying your operating system-esque. Well, that's probably the best comparison. That's bad.
I need to go edit my PC right now to remove this video game.
I mean, there's Shift D.
That's
you can
fair.
just go ahead and do that. But okay, Meekin, I want to hear though, because
What?
you hate this game, you think it's boring. What game have you been playing lately that you have been loving? Have you been playing anything that you have liked in the last month?
I played Picross yesterday.
Yeah, Picross.
I'm going to be very concerned if some sort of Picross game finds its way onto Kuso.
I don't think. Actually,
You
wait.
never know.
No,
I can think
there,
of one that might.
there could
Wait,
be
that
a
was
couple.
2 days ago. Never mind. I lost track of time.
Oh, that's fine. You just got through 2 hours of this.
What day is it again?
I don't-
Where am
Where
am I?
I think it's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. Yeah. Picross rocks. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stan Picross. Official Picross stan here. Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, I'm gonna recommend play some more Picross and try to get this game out of your memory and into your past, because even though you lost, you knew it wasn't going to be a game for you, and that's fine. Not every game is for every person, and in fact, this game is not for most people. So, seriously,
In a race setting.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine if you care about calculating all that stuff and taking 40 hours to play this game. I'm sure it's just fine. I didn't have that luxury.
I'm a nerd. And
That's fine. You can be a nerd. It's okay.
oh my
I don't
gosh. Oh my gosh. I can be a nerd. I'm so.
Yeah, I'll let you. It's fine. But in a 2-hour race, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to learn all the deep systems and do
Yeah,
nothing.
that was another tactic that I learned near the end of my match as well with the calculations. Is I had one of those messages pop up of you're gonna run into somebody, and then I moved forward a square, and then it wasn't giving me that message anymore, and then I'm like, right, acceleration. That's probably why I'm not running into them. I should have taken that into account a lot sooner. Oops.
Yeah. You're driving a car, but you're not driving a car.
I can't learn 40 mechanics in the time I needed to do it, and I can't read the 40-page book we were sent either to learn anything about it.
Waffle Fox Brie, I
I don't know.
appreciate you putting all that work
I think
into that.
I thank you. I know I complain all this stuff. I appreciate you doing all this for us. I do. I hated it.
No, honestly, oftentimes Kusog7ande, we give a lot less information. This one, you got a lot of information, and you're usually not going to have that situation here.
For this far into the tournament, this is a lot more information that I would expect. How did you put it, Mikon? This is the most information you've gotten from any of your matches combined.
Probably, yeah.
I think that's about right, yeah. With that said, I think I'm going to save this because I kind of want to play the game later.
Please do.
Yeah, like, it is neat. It's just not for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about multiplayer. Is that actually a thing in this game?
Yeah, there is multiplayer. That was actually the mode you were in that was custom. It's just set to one player. There was a bunch of things we changed, like to
Wait,
make
does that-
things less RNG as well in that mode.
Wait, does that
Like-
mean you could, like, is it like pass around the controller multiplayer? Could you hypothetically play this game with like 22
I-
other people?
Maybe I didn't trust
That
it.
would rule
What?
the dumbest way possible. All right, new competitive scene. Let's go.
Hey,
Oh.
AGDQ, y'all, you want to spend 40 hours in the practice room playing one single race? Well, let's do it. Yeah,
no.
this is based off, well, it's very likely based off of a board game, and there are other board games that are very similar to this. In fact, I've got one downstairs that we are probably going to play for the first time in the next few days. So,
Nice.
yeah, again, probably not a game for everybody, but that is fine. And I'm glad that, here's the deal, Meekins, at least you can say that you experienced it, and you know definitely that you never should race this against somebody ever again.
It was an accident.
It was an accident indeed. Well, everybody, thank you so much for coming to Kusog7ande today. We do have more matches coming up, but I don't believe any of them are scheduled. One of them, we might actually have a very, very late night match, and I'm talking about like 1 a.m. Eastern, because
Oh, nice.
that's
I was hearing
possibly
about that.
the
That's gonna-
only time that's going to work.
That's gonna rule.
And if so, I am going to be very delusional, possibly by choice, and I will make everybody suffer if we do that. But I will do it. Other than that, don't make us bored Tuesday. No grudge match coming up this next Friday, so I will try to stream something else. I'll let people know on Twitter and Discord, and I'm going to try streaming on YouTube because actions have consequences, Twitch. And this is going to be my consequence of actually at least trying to see if it's reasonable. Yes. So there we go. Let's raid Mr. Author Blues, and if we have a good raid message from one of the... Oh, you should...
Accident.
I would say
Accident.
let's share the, from the game over screen, actually, that Meekins and Okami didn't get to see, but we showed them on screen. I think that would be good.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What does it?
Also,
What's
those.
What's the
Let's
message?
do try again aiming the honor platform. Let's do that. Try again.
Oh, that's what these are that you posted in Discord? What the heck?
There we go.
Ridiculous.
Try again aiming the honor platform. Or you can also do 'twas so shame with 3
Yeah, that one's good
exclamation
too.
points. That one's good.
what is the Samurai Ghost translation? What?
Yeah, that, like, I feel like that part is possibly more interesting than other parts of the game.
Yeah,
Oh.
I would have loved to see this.
All right, everybody, choose your favorite of those 2 messages and go bother Author Blues, who is playing Caesar 3. That sounds fun.
Oh, that's a good game.
He has exclamation point trash on it, though, so I don't know. We'll see.
Oh.
Hey.
All right, bye, everybody. Have fun. Bye, Meekins.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Okame. Bye,
Thanks for
Headman
playing.
Waffle Fox. Ah!